Hi. So if you're following these chronologically, well, I suppose I'll upload the other one. You're wondering why it cut out. The pain in my legs got so great that I had to turn the camera off very suddenly. But the other thing I've actually got here, I'm continuing talking even though this is a brand new file, so you have no idea what I'm on about here. Anyway, so I'm Paul Murphy, and if you follow my channel or my videos, or if you've just come across this first one, you click on any others, you'll see that I always stand up when I play the guitar, and as I was explaining in the previous file, before my pain so rudely interrupted me, the reason, it came from a question from one of my subscribers, why I'm always standing up, considering that I have neurological disease, I keep falling over and stuff. That's just because I've been performing 40 years, well 45 if you take it back to the group, the little group we had in the army, I guess. When was that about? 78, I guess? Detlef, where are you now, Detlef? 45 years ago, is that? 77, 78? Yeah, man, 44 years ago. So I'm just always in the habit of standing up. It just doesn't feel natural sitting down and playing. But by the time I've got out of my wheelchair, I have to wear leg braces to stand. Well, unless I'm using my walking frame. It's hard to play guitar when you hold on to a walking frame for holding on for grim life and fighting off like grim reaper at the same time. So so by the time I've got the leg braces on and everything set up and everything, you've kind of lost the first 20 minutes of the impetus of what you were going to do, and it seems like you only play for like 10 minutes. In any case, it's a lot of work. So I just thought I'd sit here this morning. The real thing is it's pouring down in rain outside. I don't know if you can see here. I've just done some poetry readings, Prairie Winds, and I've read one of my children's books. Emily and Bill meet Dylan. Emily being my amazing daughter, who's on a photo behind me. Dylan being my superb son, who's on the photographs behind me. Dylan, if you ever get to watch this, in fact you can't watch this, Dylan, because Daddy's talking about grown-up stuff, so turn off now, Dylan. They have no interest in my YouTube videos at all. They'll call me pocket money or gift card or something, and they'll say, tell me a little bit about school and everything, And I'll say, oh, Daddy's written a new song for you guys, and I've done a recital of it. It's on YouTube. But it's there for later, guys. That's the thing. But if you're 18 now, Dylan, not that I wish to fast forward your life by 8 years, to the viewfinder's the other way around to which way you move, you see. So Dylan, behind me, slot these back. So what am I going to do here? Oh, and Bill, I was telling you about Emily and Bill. This is my favourite picture of my children. You see that? And that was, I'm going to hold it a bit longer. Just a bit longer. That was maybe 5 years, 6 years ago now, I guess. 5 years. They were sitting in the garden on a sunny day. They were sharing a drink and an ice cream, sitting on this little trampoline that we had there. And they sneaked out. I can't around the corner to see them, and they didn't notice me. And I saw them there like that, just talking, brother and a sister. So Dylan would have been 5, Emily would have been 4. And I sneaked back in, got a camera, and came out and took that photo, praying it would come out okay. And it did. What am I going to do here, apart from this noodling? How am I going to sit up? I haven't played guitar sitting down for like, oh geez, since about 82 when I was learning to play guitar on a bed sitting charge. Steve Gore sitting on his bed. Man, those beds. I was thinking about them the other night because I've just done the book of Bitter Realities, which is the protest songs that I wrote. And I've got it there actually. Yeah, that's pure coincidence. It's going to sound like a plug, but anyway. It's not available live yet online, but that's the cover of the album. And Amazon said to me, they said, you can't sell your book online because it doesn't have the name of the author and it doesn't have the book title on the cover. Well, have a look, Amazon. I think I'm in there, they're highlighted in red. Oh, so much pain. I only have one song to hand here. I've got 1,000 in my head, I guess, but knowing them from start to finish is oh, and a feather. My son Dylan collects feathers, so if you look at the videos where I'm standing in my normal position, you'll see that in addition to all the photos of my children that I have sellotaped to the television, I have feathers taped along the top of it. Is he trying to teach his television set to fly? I just like to have things, if you're staring at the television, and it only works about 1 day in 10 here, because down here in the wilds of West Camel there's no phone signal, there is no television signal. I've not had television for 4 days. If you watch Saturday's video, this is the 15th of November 2022, if you watch Saturday's, we had no power here for 6 hours. If you look outside the window, it's a storm raging out there now. Well, the world is a tumultuous place at the moment. There's storms raging everywhere. This is the punk rock song I wrote last night. I've just done a poetry reading of it, which is why I have the lyrics here. And then I wasn't feeling too well, so I had to turn down. And by the time I came back, I picked up a guitar on the way back through. How am I going to be able to do it sitting down? It's not the same when you're trying to impress Liz H. Liz H. I was talking about Stephen Core's room, his squat. We lived in this house called Chester House in Charge. Do you want to hear a piece? Something amazing. I swear this is true. So, when I leave the army, 79 I guess, 4th of February 79 I left the army. And I was homeless on and off, more on than off, until 83 I guess. But I ended up in this squat in Charge. It was called Chester House, and it wasn't meant to be a squat, of course. The landlord just thought he'd buy this very expensive Georgian 3-floor house and turn all the rooms into flats, bed sits, and make lots of money. And that worked out for about a day, but then he took on just one client, and the next thing, the doors were smashed in. And I was sleeping in a bus shelter, actually, on the road to Winsham, between Chard and Winsham. All my possessions in a black dustbin bag. I've been thinking about it a lot lately, and I don't know if the past flashes before your eyes when you're on the way out, but it certainly seeps through the ether and all the barriers you put up to block it up. But then again, I am having to spend, my last moments trying to get as many books published as possible of my song lyrics. I apologise if you're a follower of my lyric books and you're going out and buying them. I know there's some spelling mistakes in them, and I apologise so badly. I normally only find that I try and proofread them. My eyes are going, the muscles in my eyes are going. You can probably see that if I blink, it's difficult for the eyes to open anymore. I have neurological disease. It's spreading, progressive neurological disease, and it's spreading really rapidly now. You can see how thin the wrists have gotten just like this. I had to do an online thing they don't have hospital appointments in England anymore. What they do is a get out of jail free card. They give you a Zoom meeting to tell you about your disease. I said to them, I said, I'm not interested in the logistics. Can you cure me? Silence. Words of hope came there none. So I said, look, I said, I'm sure this is very interesting, but I don't have the time to waste. It was going to be an hour and a half seminar. And everyone else who had it, you could see the little windows, they're all healthy and bopping about and talking and everything, and I'm there. And sitting on my, you don't want to know what I was sitting on. Not looking too good. I was thinking, what wouldn't I give to swap places with any of those anyway? I said, you guys are probably banking on living for another 30 or 40 years. So an hour and a half, that's nothing to you, I said, but on my anticipated lifespan, an hour and a half for you is like 4 months for me, and I just can't. I said, so, I said, if you tell me that you can cure this, or there's some new medicine that's come out on the market, I said, I will crawl to where you are now. Picture of my children just formed that. And I would crawl to you by my tongue. And barring the heart attack I've just had. And it all went silent. And he said, well, maybe you go and go then, Paul. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so anyway, I tell you. And there was a guy in flat 2 called Steve Core, and he had a guitar. And I saith to him, I write words, can you teach me to play guitar? And he said yes. So I picked the guitar up and he tried to show me some chords or something or another, and it was like an octopus in a tumble dryer. And after like 5 minutes he said, you're not left-handed, are you? And I said, well, I said, I'm ambidextrous. I said, so I do. I said, I write left-handed. I said, but I play tennis right-handed, for instance. He said, well, this is a right-handed guitar. I'm right-handed. I said, well, what's the difference? He said, well, the strings are the wrong way around. So I said, well, can you just change the strings around so I can play it? I mean, he just looked at me. I mean, most of my life people have looked at me as though I'm mad. That's mainly because I like to say things that throw them on the back foot. But anyway, he was in love with a very lovely nurse called Liz H. And I used to go to school with her brother. And I think that her father was a headmaster of the school, or the deputy head or something or another. And Steve was in love with her. Well, we were all in love with her. And when she came around, she had a car and she would bring us food and things like that as well. God bless. To this day, I'd like a wife that brought me food. And so we'd write these songs, and when she came round, we'd all, like 40 of us, all sitting there cramped on Steve's bed, wait for a turn with the guitar to play our new searing love song, protest lyrics or whatever to try and impress her, But Steve, he had it big time for her. What was that song he had? Alone Now. Is it up there? Red light flashing. That's not right, is it? It's somewhere like that. Maybe it's like that. That was it, yeah. Red light flashing. Anyway, I want to do mine. Earthquake. My eyes are seizing up now because they don't blink. They don't focus and then they get stuck. So I have to put some glasses on. I think, well, this isn't going well. You see why I don't like playing guitar sitting down? I mean, I'm in pain in any case. What does it matter, you know? One day after I'm gone, all the outtake videos of me collapsing when I stand up is really annoying. I mean, it's really annoying because you nearly die, you know. I mean, everything's had to be moved away here. There was supposed to be a charity coming to do it in February. It's November now. I mean, I ended up having to pay a guy to come and move all the furniture out of the way because I had so many head injuries from the blackouts and everything. And so you're halfway through a really good take of a song and then you just black out, or the legs give way and you fall over. And you know, your first reaction should be, you know, oh my God, I'm on the floor, you know, I could have died, you know, because you fell out the wrong way, you can't breathe or anything. But I swear my first reaction is on those instances, oh, that was a good take. This is going to have to be a whole new arrangement, isn't it? Because, you know, I can't play it the way I played it. Gone out of tune since last night. And the lyrics have fallen down here. Gone out of tune since I started talking here. Yeah, I was going to try it in bar chords, but I know this is not going to work here. Maybe I'll get rid of the plectrum, yeah. Gosh, what do I look like? I look like a sport frog there. They tried to cage us, they tried to tame us, they got the corrupt judge to rename us. They thought they could steal our coins from the wishing well. But tonight, gonna give them hell. They thought they'd beat us, they thought they'd cheat us. They sent their parasites to defeat us. They tried to change our point of view with the devil's own spell. Big mistake. Gonna give them hell. They wanna bruise us, they wanna lose us. They spread their evil lies to confuse us. They wanna separate us because they hate us, but we're ready to repel. Guess what? We're gonna give them hell. We're gonna give them hell all night and all day. We're gonna give them hell in every kind of way. We're gonna give them hell for what they've tried to do. We're gonna give them hell for an eternity or two. We're gonna give them hell for their twisted, vile deeds. We're gonna give them hell closure, yes indeed. We're gonna give them hell until they've paid their price. We're gonna give them hell and then gonna give it to them twice. It's kind of where it goes down to that last line. Obviously, we can't do that finger picking style way, did it? So it's kind of deceptive, because normally you go to the B there. But tonight, gonna give them hell. They thought that they could take our coins out of the wishing wheel, but tonight, gonna give them hell. That's with a B, but I wanted it to be a bit more. So it's kind of deceptive, and then but it doubles down on the D, so but tonight. They tried to cage us, they tried to tame us, they got a corrupt judge to rename us. They thought that they could steal our coins out of the wishing wheel, but tonight, gonna give them hell. They thought they'd beat us, they thought they'd cheat us, they sent their parasites to defeat us. They tried to change our point of view with the devil's own spell. Big mistake. We're gonna give them hell. They wanna bruise us, they wanna lose us. They spread their evil lies to confuse us. They wanna separate us because they hate us, but we're ready to repel. Guess what? We're gonna give them hell. We're gonna give them hell all night and all day. We're gonna give them hell in every kind of way. We're gonna give them hell for what they tried to do. We're gonna give them hell for an eternity or two. We're gonna give them hell for their twisted, vile deeds. We're gonna give them hell closure, yes indeed. We're gonna give them hell until they've paid their price. We're gonna give them hell. Give it to them twice. I wish I hadn't played it to you with a B, because you're all thinking, well, it works better with a B. And of course it does. But just because it works well doesn't mean the same. You have to use it that way. It's written for an electric guitar, you know, and the idea is that when you go to on the acoustic I play it. But tonight, but on the electric it would hold on the D like I was playing it there. So, but tonight, oh, anyone know how to play a D chord? But tonight, resonate through. Gonna give them hell until the rainbow falls. Gonna give them hell, line them up against the walls. Gonna give them hell, there won't be forgiveness. Gonna give them hell, their relatives couldn't care less. Gonna give them hell, I'll watch them out repent. Gonna give them well and say, was your life well spent? Yeah, you could just go on forever, never will it. I wrote High Rise when I was in that bed set. The screams of a baby go unheard in the early evening darkness. Boy, I'm not 22 anymore, am I? Woo! My voice too. The screams of a baby go unheard in the early evening darkness. It's the same in any high block of flats. People just couldn't stare less. There's no glass in the windows, no light in the paint-sprayed halls. The elevators demolished, and nobody cares at all. A lonely old pensioner, she's still got 4 flights to go. One day her old legs won't make it, but nobody wants to know. What do you think of your handiwork, Counselor Jones? Of your monument to squalor and ill health? Does your conscience care what you've done to your people? Or do you keep it placated with your wealth? A lonely unmarried mother prays her baby will be quiet for a while. Only her Valium keeps her going. She can't remember a smile. Down on the side of the playground, the kids buying bad stuff. If they don't wake up tomorrow morning, the counselors say, well, that's tough. And the parasites of the bus stations, can we take you for a ride? I'll buy you a telephone, open the card or step inside. What do you think of your handiwork, Counselor Jones? Of your monument to squalor and ill health? Does your conscience care what you've done to your people? Or do you keep it placated with your wealth? Let me ask you again. What do you think of your handiwork, Counselor Jones? Of your monument to squalor and ill health? Does your conscience care you're destroying so many lives? Or do you keep it placated with your wealth? Let me ask you, what do you think of your handiwork, Counselor Jones? Etc., etc. I couldn't remember the last 2 verses, so I had to insert new ones there on the spot. A lot of good songs got written in those squats and bed sets, and about them years later when I got out of them. Candle, of course. Rising sun casts a shadow the wall of a baby room, where in the gloom stands a man who once stood tall. His head is bowed candle dying. They strip you of your soul when you're on the dole, and nobody sees that he's crying. The curve, so he's let himself starve, so his sons can still be fed. The candle burns lower and the hours move slower, but still they approach his dread. He's tired of giving, he's tired of living, his man is no longer whole. The time to search the line, and they've stolen his soul. His furniture's burned, every penny he's earned was spent so long ago. He's lost his wife and he's losing his life on the unemployment show. He thinks of his sons because they're the ones that have kept him hanging on. He fights back the tears of his hidden fears, but one day they might be gone. Seven, the boys start packing their toys, their tears and their fathers free flowing. The 9, they're leaving and their father is grieving. The social won't say where they're going. He kisses them lightly and he hugs them tight. He can see how much they've cried. He returns to the room, he returns to the gloom. The flickering candle just died. I had to juxtapose the second and third verses there because, as previously noted, I'm looking at all these pictures of my children here. If I'd gone straight into the second verse where it was meant to be, I would just burst into tears. Well, here's the first song I ever wrote. Don't think I'm going to smile ever again. Oh no, girl that I love so much has filled me with pain. I just don't know why she felt the need to make me cry. But I don't think I'm going to smile ever again. I don't think I'm going to laugh ever again. I know I'll never recover from the when she told me she was leaving, she left me here a-grieving. I don't think I'll laugh ever again. I don't think I'm going to love ever again. Oh no, I know that I'll never recover from all of this pain. I don't understand, I've got an empty hand. I know I'll never love ever again. Don't think I'm going to love ever again. I don't think I'm going to sing ever again. The reason it's just on the bass lines there is because as I recount in the essay I wrote for the back of Bitter Realities, I bumped into a friend called Holly, and he'd come back. I was homeless at the time. He said, "You can come and stay with me." So I went back to this place. I said, "What are you paying here?" He said, "Oh, nothing." He said, "It's a squat." He told me it's a squat after we got back there. Anyway, I've been sleeping in a bus station in Wincham. And mightily cold it was as well. And kept the rain off, but not the cold. Man. And